a day. The only vehicle to win Car and Driver's 10 Best 22 years in a row. The station that covers Kern County, 23 ABC News at 11.
And thank you for choosing 23 ABC News at 11. I'm Troy Campbell.
And I'm Jackie Parks. A truck fire earlier in the day led to a fatal collision late this afternoon. Just before 6 o'clock, traffic was at a standstill just north of the 99 and I-5 split due to the earlier truck fire. A semi-truck came over the crossing and failed to stop, slamming into the back of another truck. The driver, 55-year-old Rajinder Singh of Yuba City, failed to stop and was killed. The CHP says that there were signs out warning of slow or stopped traffic.
Tonight, strong winds are fueling a brush fire in Fillmore that has been going on since about 5 p.m. It started as a house fire and then quickly spread. Ventura County Fire says at least 2 homes have been burned. They report the fire is fast moving, calling it a wind-driven fire. They say their priority is saving lives and then property. Fillmore is approximately 50 miles northwest of downtown Los Angeles. Multiple agencies have been called to help with the effort. This is the second brush fire today in Fillmore that has been fueled by these high winds.
A Kern County Sheriff's deputy is off the streets after allegedly sexually assaulting a woman just weeks after making it into the field. On March 25th, a woman called 911 to report a burglary, but instead she says she was groped by Deputy Gabriel Lopez. He's 26 years old and graduated from his field training just a month ago. He and another deputy responded to the home. The other deputy took the suspect away, but Lopez allegedly groped the 21-year-old woman. He's accused of returning to that woman's house a second time, and that's when the woman says Lopez ordered her to strip.
He was only by himself for 2.5 weeks. He was well aware of what he did was criminal activity. There's no reflection on the other 1,200 employees that work here. This is one deputy sheriff who conducted criminal activity and is going to pay, hopefully, a heavy price.
Lopez was arrested on sexual battery charges this afternoon. Sheriff Youngblood says Deputy Lopez admitted to the strip search and even provided details to investigators. A Sacramento man accused of having sex with a 13-year-old Bakersfield girl is behind bars tonight. Police say that 22-year-old Jerome Henderson lured the underage girl to a Bakersfield hotel. He tried to bring the girl back to Sacramento with him, but the girl was able to escape and tell police. Police then discovered there were 2 other victims in the case. Henderson was found and arrested in Sacramento before being brought to face charges in Kern County.
23 ABC has learned that the boy who died from a fatal traffic accident in Tehachapi last night was 6-year-old Nicholas Lee Smith from Bakersfield. It happened last night at around 5:30 at the intersection of Tehachapi Willow Springs Road and Bacchus Road. CHP says the driver of a dump truck ran a stop sign and crashed into a car carrying 3 people. The 6-year-old died at the scene. The driver of the car was airlifted to Antelope Valley Hospital. Another passenger and the truck driver were taken there by ambulance. Well, if you thought you could get away with driving and typing on your phone's GPS without getting a ticket, it's time to think again.
23 ABC's Crystal Figueroa has details on some fine-tuning that's been done to the no texting while driving law. Crystal?
Jackie, Troy, good evening. You know, in the past, people would try to fight that ticket saying that technically they weren't texting while they were driving since they were simply trying to type in an address onto their telephone. Well, now a California court has cleared up that gray area, and they say that hands-free now applies to every aspect of your telephone.
I totally agree with that law.
How come?
Because you should be focusing on your driving. It's hard enough these days to drive and make sure no one hits you. If you're busy doing something else, it takes a great deal of your energy and your focus.
State lawmakers are hoping that more drivers will get the message that hands-free driving means just that, no matter what you're trying to do on your phone.
Quite frankly, it can become negligent because it's something that they do that affects other people around them.
A recent ruling has now extended the state's texting while driving ban to mobile apps, including typing on your phone to get directions. And if you get caught, you will get a ticket.
I think if the laws are harder, it might make us a little bit more aware of using our cell phones while driving. I got a cell phone ticket by talking on my phone at a stoplight. That's why I have a Bluetooth now in my car.
The new enforcement comes just in time for this month's National Distracted Driving Awareness push to get your attention off your phone and back on the road.
Roughly 20% of all crashes involve some type or form of distracted driving. That would include the use of a cellular device. That would include putting on your makeup, drinking coffee, eating, listening to the radio.
Last year, CHP officers wrote nearly 60,000 tickets in April alone. And this year, if officers see you touching your phone for any reason, you can count on a ticket.
My habits while I'm driving are to stay off my phone to avoid the ticket.
Yeah, and that's probably your best bet. Just stay off the phone while you're behind the wheel, because the first-time offense can cost you up to $157. Now, it's important to note that that hands-free goes not just for typing in an address if you're trying to go somewhere. It also goes for if you're trying to look for music on Pandora. So the best bet is just to stay off the phone, although you can still listen to turn-by-turn directions so long as you're not on your phone. Reporting live from behind the wheel, I'm Crystal Figueroa, 23 ABC.
Tonight, former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher is being remembered by world leaders and her former colleagues. She died this morning after suffering a stroke. Thatcher was Britain's first and only female prime minister. She served from 1979 to 1990 as the leader of the Conservative Party. Thatcher was called the Iron Lady for her personal and political toughness. She was 87 years old.
Today, we lost a great leader, a great prime minister, and a great Britain. Margaret Thatcher didn't just lead our country, she saved our country. And we should never forget that the odds were stacked against her.
And there is another sad loss to report tonight. Annette Funicello, the legendary Mouseketeer from the 1950s, has died of complications from multiple sclerosis. She died today at Mercy Southwest Hospital here in Bakersfield. Funicello lived near Shafter for the past several years. She was 70 years old.
It's a chilly night. Take a look outside in Colin Jackson.
Well, the rain ended. The winds have finally calmed down. But yeah, it was a blower this morning, right at 7 o'clock. Even earlier than that, the winds really picked up. And that was our cold front that came through associated with this storm that brought lightning and still is bringing pouring rains to the Las Vegas area. A long way off. Our current temperature is 54 now. And we will likely drop to around 50 tonight, if not into the upper 40s. So it'll be a chilly start to your Tuesday. Winds are southeast at 7, so the winds in the valley floor have calmed down completely. Tehachapi still gusting into the 20s, and Mojave still gusting to around 40 miles per hour. But in this area, it was gusting to 75 miles per hour today. Tomorrow morning, 45, mostly clear, and a light northwest wind. Get ready for the big warm-up. It is on the way. 80s by the weekend. It's going to be awesome. Back to you.
All right, Colin. A California lawmaker is introducing a package of bills he calls the Student Bill of Rights. The four-bill package is intended to help students from going too deep into debt. A part of the legislation is the Know Before You Owe bill that will require entrance and exit loan counseling for students receiving private loans. If passed, the legislative package would also ease the burden for those who are already in financial straits. Student loan debt has been a growing financial expense. The average graduating college senior will owe nearly $27,000, and students out at Cal State Bakersfield are feeling that pain.
I think they should get counseling before they get the money to know what to do with it and be more aware of how to handle it and manage your money.
Another portion of the bill would increase overall financial literacy from kindergarten through 12th grade to improve students' understanding of savings, credit, budgeting, and overall personal finance.
And if you have a story idea you think we should know about, we definitely would like to hear it. So you can email us at news@KRO.com. You can also call into our newsroom directly. Our phone number 637-2320.
The Powerball fever can now break out all around California as well as in 43 other states. The lottery game that creates the super rich is now on sale here.
And a somber tribute at CSUB tonight as people gather to remember victims of the Holocaust.
And a reminder, tickets for this year's St. Jude Dream Home are on sale. Tickets just $100 a piece. You can get one by calling 800-385-9134 or at any Current Schools Federal Credit Union or online at dreamhome.org. The Dream Home giveaway is June 23rd.
Later tonight on Nightline, middle school students as young as 12 tested for booze and drugs just to play sports or join the scrapbooking club. Plus, Dancing with the Stars pros talk student-teacher hookups and the long road from tango to cash.
You can't deliver today?
Nope.
I want to take the dining room from the showroom today.
No way. Are you tired of hearing no? Then make the drive to the West Side. That's West Side Furniture in Taft.
Hello, I'm John Atherley, owner of West Side Furniture, and you will get a yes from me. We're in our 10th year of business because we're known for taking care of our customers before and after the sale with down-home flair. With major brands, great selection, and low prices, let me turn those no's into yeses.
West Side Furniture in Taft.
For nearly 35 years, National Health Services has provided healthcare solutions to thousands of people throughout Kern County. And now, National Health Services is uniting all 13 locations and growing to meet your health and wellness needs. As your family grows and changes, so does National Health Services. Our family of physicians, dentists, and specialists look forward to caring for you and your loved ones. National Health Services, with you through growth and change, here to serve you for life.
And I hear the ocean calling, and I feel my spirit falling.
The next wave of Italians has come to America, and they've come to party. Check out the 40 Highway MPG Fiat 500 at your local Fiat studio, a 2013 IIHS top safety pick.
The Bakersfield Heart Hospital is Kern County's heart and vascular leader. We have set the bar high by pursuing the latest and most effective technologies and treatments for our patients. Join us every Thursday for the Medical Minute during Good Morning America.
In light of Holocaust Remembrance Day, CSUB is holding a series of events this week to remember victims who lost their lives during the Holocaust.
And 23 ABC's Leah Steinberg attended tonight's event to talk to students and faculty about the importance of remembering what happened. Leah.
Troy, Jackie, it was arguably one of the most tragic moments in history, and tonight the public got together at CSUB to never lose sight of what happened just 72 years ago.
It's affected me deeply, and as a child, remembering some of the horror stories and the things that were going on, it's always stayed with me.
And those horror stories were the main focus of tonight's Holocaust Remembrance event at CSUB tonight. Students attended to discuss issues surrounding the Holocaust like genocide and discrimination.
This is really something that needs to be brought to light and something that should not happen to anyone regardless of how they look or act or where they're from.
It's important for students to remember because it's about not letting it happen again.
Kids my age hardly even know what happened, and it's a shame that people are losing memory of it.
Dr. Stephen Campagna-Pinto, co-director of the Institute for Religion, Education, and Public Policy, wants his students to not only remember the Holocaust, but to also educate others.
What I hope students will take away from the study of the Holocaust and genocide is this sense of responsibility for the world, for making the world a better place, through knowledge, through education, through responsible communication with one another.
And these Holocaust Remembrance events will continue at CSUB this week, including a Holocaust survivor who will share her story on April 17th. In the studio, Leah Steinberg, 23 ABC.